Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the different ways in which we express fear. I've made a video a couple of months back titled "You're Not Depressed, You're Scared," and it really got me thinking. I think that we use fear to mask a lot of the emotions that we experience, because it's easier to say, okay, well, I'm frustrated, I'm angry, I'm mad, I'm upset, I'm not feeling well, I'm depressed. It's easier to kind of give in to those surface level emotions than it is to say, you know what, actually, I think I'm scared, or like, I'm actually fearful of something and I need to address it. And I think this goes back to like just basic, is fear an emotion? I don't know, like basic feelings of when you're younger, right? Like when you're a baby, you experience joy, you experience fear, you experience hunger. Like there's a baseline of certain emotions that we have. And I feel like as we get older, we complicate them, but really these basic emotions don't go away. It's like you're never gonna not be hungry or not be thirsty or not be fearful or not be happy. Like I feel like these are emotions that are just here to stay. But as we get older, we kind of complicate the language and we kind of, I don't know, maybe give more thought to things than we need to, when we really could just say, okay, you know what, I was actually scared. And I'll give a couple of examples. And I want to preface it too by saying, like, I'm not saying that being frustrated or being upset, I'm not saying that those are fake emotions or that they don't matter. I just think that if we can kind of sit with those emotions and get to like the actual root cause and the underlying issues, that we'll see that we're not actually upset, we're not actually angry, but it might be something a little bit deeper. And to give an example of that, I talked about you're not depressed, you're actually scared, in my video a few months back. And that was to say, those moments and those times where I would just be like so depressed that I didn't want to get out of bed. I didn't want to take care of myself, brush my teeth. I didn't want to shower. I didn't want to, do anything. I just wanted to shut down and sleep for literally 20 hours a day. I recognized that I was doing that because I was scared of the future and I was uncertain about it and I wasn't sure what was to come. And I was also ruminating on my past. And in doing so, I was fearful about what was going to happen or what was going to come. I was scared that my past was going to repeat itself. So in a way to like in an attempt to stop that, I would just like try to go unconscious, try not to feel anything, try to put these blockers up. And I labeled it as depression at the time, but again, I'm looking back like, okay, I think that was really fear. And then another thing with anger, there's been situations, not like recently, I would say, but in the past couple of years where I remember getting upset and getting mad at people doing certain things, like actually angry at certain things happening or certain things people would say and do. And I'm coming to recognize now, like, I'm not actually angry at the situation and I'm not angry at this person, but it's more so fear. It's fear that this person is going to leave, or fear that this person is going to do something or see something or say something to me. You know what I'm saying? So I just think like now that I've gone over the initial hump of like these secondary emotions, I feel like I'm getting down to like the actual root cause of it so that I can fix it. And I always talk about how awareness is key. If you're not aware of something, then you're not going to be able to change it. You're not going to be able to learn from it. And you're not going to be able to grow. So this has been a really interesting and beautiful experience. And I want to get out of processing so much, because I can't just keep like processing and being so logical and analytical about things. I do need to be like in the world, and I need to be more just creative and more light and like move forward from this. But I think this was like a really pivotal thought that I had and pivotal moment in my journey, because like I said, sometimes we get overrun by emotions. Like sometimes it feels like things are such big deals, and it feels like people are doing things to us, and it feels like things are happening to us, when in reality, we're just happening to ourselves. It's like everything that you experience, and we know this based off of how reality manifests, how things work in the 3D. It's like everything that you're experiencing is really just a manifestation of something deeper inside in a non-physical form. And saying that sounds like a whole mouthful. It's like, girl, what? Like, I don't know, if somebody would have said this to me like 3-5 years ago, I'd have been like, okay. But it's real. And I'm starting to realize like these emotions, these surface level emotions that we've been conditioned to be so quick to engage in and to identify with, aren't actually the issue, and it's not necessarily the problem. And another thing too is, I can give another example. Like sometimes if I call a family member like my mom or something, and she doesn't answer, I feel like she's being dismissive. You know, I'll get upset at that. Like, okay, am I not important? Like, why don't you call? Or why don't you want to talk to me? Or why, you know, why does it feel like I'm being taken for granted? And those feelings and emotions of being upset can be true as well. But I think the deeper underlying issue is fear. Like, okay, I'm getting older. I'm not going to be able to talk to my mom every day. She's not going to be around forever. And in these moments where I'm trying to reach out and trying to build a connection, if I feel slighted, it's feeding into that fear of I don't have enough time, or it's not going to be enough time, or she won't always be here. So you see how it's like deeper levels to these things. So that's really what I am going to figure out in the moments that are necessary, like when it's necessary to reflect and to be introspective. That's really what I'm going to figure out, is like, okay, what is the root of all of this? And I know fear might not necessarily be the root for everything. It could be other things too, and you can do this in a positive way as well. But I think thinking about it from like that different perspective really holds a lot of value, and it really allows you to like I said, just go below the surface level, because it's very easy to distract yourself nowadays. It's very easy to like just be doom scrolling, and you'll see people kind of sum up maybe what you're feeling, and then you relate to it, and you know, or you'll watch something and you'll think, okay, yeah, that makes sense, and identify with it. But I think actually sitting with yourself and like kind of tracking down and connecting the dots as to why you feel the way you feel is really important. And yeah, I'm excited to change. Like, I'm excited to grow, and I'm excited to address these things so that I don't have to carry these subconscious fears into the future, into my future relationships, into my future experiences. It's like, you know, if you're not scared of like not being in control, or people leaving you, or of just certain things happening, like just life happening, it's like you'll allow life to happen, right? It's kind of like, it's weird. Like, if you're not scared of these things, or fearful of these things, or doubting these things, then they come to you more easily. So I guess what I'm describing really is just like letting go, is like bringing awareness to the pain points within, and then letting go. So yeah, that was on my mind. Let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear. Thank you guys again for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure that you like, that you comment, that you subscribe. And again, I would love to know your thoughts, because I think that we all have unique experiences. And sometimes, like, you know, I always say it, when you see something in a certain way at a certain time coming from a certain person, or when you hear something in a certain way at a certain time from a certain person, sometimes it just clicks. So if something clicked for you like this video, I really like to hear and discuss in the comments. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.